Hello and welcome back. These days I spend most of my WoW time outside of raids, that is, in here. It's both a decent gold maker, but it's something that I find somewhat entertaining as well. In here, you can either obviously go for herbs or you can go straight for the mines. These days, I mostly go straight for the mines unless the herbs are like right in the way. Just because at the moment, herbs are not extremely valuable on this server. As you can see, Grom's Blood is currently going for 65 silver. It's not terrible, but it's not good by any means, right? I suppose I can show it just for this video. There are usually 4 nodes that you can easily get in here. So you usually have 2 Grom's Blood and 2 Dreamfoil. Some of the patrols are going to walk very close to me. So because of that, you kind of need to pay attention to what you're doing. A lot of people also tend to take down these lasher packs. And they drop random herbs. Could be anything. Like you could get, I don't know, Mage Royal, Swift Thistle, Peace Bloom, or you could get Brainfoil, Mountain Silver Sage, that sort of thing. It really depends on luck. There should be a patrol around here, but if there isn't one, there will be one when I walk out. It was probably just patrolling towards those slashers towards the end. And I probably missed it. That's fine. We can kill it on the way back. Like I said, I tend to go for the mines, meaning that I try to skip blashers. I do take down the satyrs though, just because these guys are in the way and they will be around here, stealth and whatnot, and because of that I would rather kill them fairly quickly. I tend to face tank a lot of their hits, just because why not? They barely take any HP anyway. It's the only problem is that they sometimes put that 20 seconds roughly poison on me, slowing me down a lot. But that's okay. When that happens, I just sit down and drink and let it expire, as it were. Back when my gear was significantly worse, I would avoid face tanking these guys. I would just try to, I would try to stay away from them using Blink, kiting with Cone of Cold, using Frost Nova, and so on. But that was then, back when, my HP was something like 2k or something. Whereas now with the PvP set, I'm obviously no longer in that position, so it's easier to just face tank them and not bother with the stuff anymore. I come here just to check for a second satyr. It wasn't the case now, so I should be good to go. Just refreshing Vice Barrier, putting up Dampen Magic. You want to make sure you've got the Mana Ruby, just in case. I don't normally use it even when I run out of mana. I just strafe a bit to allow mana to regen from Mage Armor, and that's it. In here, I let him walk close to me and then blink away and jump down. And of course, I come over here and I wait for him to come down through that tunnel. Once in a blue moon, I get unlucky and there is another stealth satyr somewhere that gets aggroed and comes with Zephyr, and if that happens, I let him sacrifice me and I reset the encounter. It doesn't really happen all that often though, like I said, it's once in a blue moon. The sacrifice cost, though, that's annoying. If you do get hit by it, and occasionally I do get hit by it because I tend to greed another Scorch cast. Um, it's not a huge problem, but you do end up wasting half a minute or so just waiting for him to run back. It's best to avoid it if possible. But like I said, occasionally I do greed another cast and yeah, there are consequences. I am going to run out of mana here, but it's no big deal. I will probably just burn the mana ruby. I don't normally do that, but on this occasion I think I will, just because I don't want to waste even more time in here. And we try to kill him towards the end there. Because Hydrospawn is patrolling that way, I'm just going to sit down and drink a bit. I do need the mana because I do have to create another mana ruby now that I've used mine on this fight, which is not something I normally do. But on this occasion I decided that screw it, it's probably faster to do this than it would be to wait for Mage Armor to regenerate that mana. I am, however, going to have to sit down and drink here because, yeah, I was gonna say because there's likely to be a second satyr here, and he did catch me off guard. And I don't actually know if I am able to do anything to him because right now I don't actually seem to have enough mana, and the mana gem is on cooldown. So chances are I'm better off just resetting this guy and walking past him instead of struggling with other stuff. Like I don't have evocation on, the mana gem is on cooldown. I'm better off just resetting the guy, letting him go about his business, and yeah, okay. That was a bit unlucky because he immediately, and I mean immediately, aggroed me. I could kill him now because the mana gem is going to be ready in a few seconds. So if he somehow ends up aggroing me once again, then I will kill him. But other than that, I will just keep walking. That's a bit dangerous. Normally at this point you would want to avoid going forward, but screw it, I'm just gonna go. And this guy is incredibly annoying because you can't see a damn thing when he starts moving his fat ass all the way over here. So, yeah, you might want to wait for him to go before you start moving. Okay, that other patrol was right here, so I'm just gonna drink while I'm waiting for this guy to destroy that door and to open the way for me. It should happen now, yeah. So I'm just gonna go. The patrol does not seem to be here, so that's somewhat lucky, I suppose. Okay, that's even luckier. The dude is walking away, so what that means is that we're going to be able to pull straight away as soon as we've got mana. And that's a Pyroblast into a Fireball into a Scorch. I do not get enough time to cast anything else here. But, you know, it's something. We did take 8% of its HP. And of course, I'm gonna use the pillar to try to LOS. He should switch forms, yeah. And we now just juggle him back and forward until he reaches something like 50%. You have to be careful here because he's about to switch forms, and if he switches into Satyr, like he just did, you want to try to move back to avoid the Wither cost. Sometimes I don't manage to avoid it. And yeah, it can be a bit annoying, but you just wait for him to switch and you go back to spamming your scorches, right? Okay, that's even more unlucky. And we did get hit by both of those, so we do have to ice block here. It's not like we absolutely have to, but it is best to ice block when you've got both of them. You could use an elixir of poison resistance to get rid of the Enervate, but I find it easier to just ice block. It's not like we're going to need ice block any time soon. And this one is very unlucky, like a horribly unlucky run. The guy just keeps switching to Satyr for no apparent reason. That said, he is now on 55%. So with a bit of luck, we'll bring him down to 50 fairly soon. And the imps should be coming any moment now. So we're going to just wait here. And we're going to sit in an ice block until he comes back. And we're gonna try to freeze the imps and one of the lashers at least. And then we'll make our way to the reset spot. So yeah, you can see most of them are frozen back there. That gives us enough time to reach the reset spot. The boss already reset and healed up. We should be able to reset in a few seconds. Oh, come on, go away. The imps will be coming back into the cave, so you need to be careful and not start mining straight away, especially if you've got a node right here. You want to wait for them to disappear, and after that, of course, you start mining and, you know, just hope for the best. I forgot to put find minerals on. I just switched to it. Now I was using find herbs until now, but it's fine. You can't really miss the Rich Thorium Veins. I would say they are very, very visible. So, you know, you're fine either way. These were extremely poor, like 2 hits each, and nothing in them, like not even the cheapest possible gem. So that was a 14 minutes and 10 seconds run, and we can only hope that the next one will be better. We rebuff, we have reset the instance already, so we can, at this point, we can just start going and ride straight back into the instance. The goal when you're doing this sort of thing, when you're sticking to mining, that is, the goal as a mage with this sort of gear is to keep the runs under 15 minutes, right? That is ideal, I would say. You are very, very unlikely to be able to hit 12 minutes as a mage with this gear. If you're a warlock, then obviously that's very different. But as a mage, I'm afraid this is kind of the best you can hope for at this point. Later down the line, when you've got, you know, much better gear, it's a different story, but until then, 15 minutes is kind of the best you can hope for. Like I said, we're not specifically aiming for herbs, but if they are in the way, as was the case with that Dreamfoil and with this Grom's Blood, then we're definitely going to take them. But our focus is obviously getting the mines. I am checking for a book over there and just near the last boss. But once again, we're not really focused on that sort of thing. Our focus is on getting to the Rich Thorium Veins, playing the slot machine as it were, hoping that we get lucky. There is a video on my channel, one run I've uploaded, where I managed to get one arcane crystal and one blue sapphire in the same run. In fact, they were from the same Rich Thorium vein. So, yeah, that's lucky. But that's a fairly rare occurrence, I would say. I think typically I manage to get one arcane crystal maybe every 5 runs on average, maybe. We'll see what we manage to get. We've had one run. I'm going to record this for just 1 hour, and that probably means 4 runs. We'll see what we can get in 4 runs here. Not a lot, I imagine, but we don't actually need a lot. If you watched the 2 gold making guides I've published, then you may have realized that gold is not much of a concern for us right now. We have the stuff we needed for, I suppose we can call it vanilla. We don't have enough gold for Burning Crusade, not for free characters anyway. But I think with the way things are going, with the investments I made, they are in those gold making guides. I should be able to get enough gold to buy the free epic mounts at launch, when Burning Crusade launches. Well, when I reach level 70 anyway. And I should be able to afford maybe 2 starting sets for either the mage or the shadow priest. Spell strike, frozen shadow wave, that sort of stuff. Unless we get really unlucky. We'll see how that goes. At this point, I don't actually know. But yeah, I'm fairly certain that I will have enough gold for it. I should have enough gold to get me started in Burning Crusade. In this thing, what's supposed to be vanilla, it's anything but vanilla, but whatever. In this thing, I don't really expect to need a lot of gold, just due to how things work here. You would, of course, need lots and lots of gold for Nax, I suppose, if you wanted to raid Nax. I'm not convinced that I will bother with that thing. Like, I've done that in the original vanilla, I've done it in 2020 with the classic release. I am not really tempted to do it again. It was a complete waste of time. And with how scarce loot is in there, it's hardly worth my time. Like, the last time in 2020, I cleared Nax, I farmed it almost until the end, And at the end of it, I still had my Blackwing Lair stuff. Like, I did not get the Spider Sword, I did not get the Kel'Thuzad stuff. The only stuff that was offered to me, because it was a Loot Council guild and corrupt as fuck, of course, was the Lotheb stuff, which I did not need nor want. I was already at hit cap, so that was underwhelming to say the least. And shitty so-called Loot Council gave the Kel'Thuzad stuff, which only dropped once, I think. They gave it to our druid, who was nothing more than a fairy fire machine. So at that point, I just quit, stopped trading with them, just did a few more runs with pugs and so on. It wasn't, as strange as it may sound, it wasn't loot whoring on my part. It's just that so-called decision was corrupt as fuck. Like, there is no reason whatsoever, no justification for doing that. The only reason for which they actually did that was that the guy was their flag carrier in Warsong Gulch, and they did not want to risk upsetting him, because some of them were still grinding for rank 14 and whatever. But it did end up pissing me off. So I just left. Like, fuck it, I'm not gonna waste my time with this. Loot, like I said, is very, very scarce in this vanilla clone, I guess. You still get like 2 items dropping for 40 people. Like, give me a fucking break, that's ridiculous. And of course, I am not really willing to spend my time and my gold for like 6 months trying to farm something I've already cleared in 2 different releases, just to get shafted by some cons towards the end. So, nah, I'm good, thanks. Because of that, I don't really need gold. I am still making gold, like this thing is just a blue sapphire that has sold, possibly an arcane crystal that has sold as well, so I'm heading straight back to 3000 gold after investing probably 2000 already. So I don't really, I'm not really worried about gold anymore. My 3 characters have all reached rank 11, so I was able to buy the PvP mount for 90 gold. It is a very fast mount, as they say, 100%. And as such, I no longer need to worry about how much gold do I have, how am I going to make gold for various stuff, and so on. There is no craft that I'm interested in. In theory, the robe of the Archmage does exist. In reality, I am perfectly fine with the PvP one. It doesn't have that on-use... oh crap, I forgot to talk to the guy, I think. It doesn't have that on-use mana restore thing, but I don't much care. I don't actually mind that, and I would rather have the set bonuses from the PvP set. I find them to be far, far more useful than the occasional mana restore thing, right? Okay, so we are getting this guy to move, and we are going to try to move past these guys to play this mini Frogger game. This big guy is once again incredibly, incredibly annoying. You can barely see anything in front of you. At some point, some guys somewhere had figured out a way to replace various models in the game with other models. They were mostly using it as a hack, like they had changed every herb model to Ragnaros, so they could see herbs from fucking Narnia or something. If that was still a thing, I would definitely use it to change this guy's model to some sort of frog or whatever, because Jesus, he's annoying as fuck. And once again, we refresh our dampen magic, and we head straight back to the final boss. At some point, as gear becomes better, I may actually end up killing this guy, but with my current gear, I feel like the effort does not justify the reward, especially seeing how I'm not even an enchanter, so you know what that means. I can't disenchant his loot, I don't care about his random drops, I have no use for them. So once again, Pyro into Fireball, into a Scorch, and yeah, you just hope for a crit, but unfortunately, I think Scorch had a crit, and that was it. And we also got hit by Wither, that's super unlucky, but I don't think it could be avoided over there. We are mostly relying on Dampen Magic to reduce the damage taken from that crap. And we're trying to stay the hell away from him, and of course we failed to do that, so we ice block. We are trying to stay away from him when he switches to his satyr form, just because Wither and Enervate are stupidly annoying. It doesn't always work. Sometimes he does switch right next to us, and we don't have enough time to go and hide behind the pillar. Yeah, there you go. He once again switched to satyr form. Again, super unlucky. But we're just going to wait for him to change forms, which he usually does there. We're gonna run back to try to avoid a cast, and now we're just going to patiently wait here in an ice block. And as soon as the imps and the lashers or lashes, whatever they're called, as soon as they're here, we're going to get out Nova and do our best to get here. We got very unlucky once again because we got hit by Wither, which prevents us from using the Lesser Invisibility Potion. I mean, we can use it, it's just that we might end up with it falling off just when we need it. It wasn't the case now, it ended just as Wither ended just as we popped our potion, so we should be fine. And of course, we head straight for the nodes and hope for the best. And we did get one arcane crystal here, that's 49 gold. So this hour will not be completely wasted, just partially, I suppose. Sometimes you do get lucky, you get 3 of these Rich Thorium Veins, and other times you only get 2, so, you know, it is what it is. And having picked that arcane crystal, we head straight out of here. Mount back up, reset the instance. Oh crap. So yeah, mount back up, reset the instance, and ride straight back inside. We did manage to keep that run just under 15 minutes as well, 14 minutes and 22 seconds. So overall not too bad, right? Anything under 15 minutes is decent in my book. Again, we are talking about mages, not warlocks, and we are talking about this sort of gear, not some super amazing gear. When we spawn, like I said, right in our way, we do stop to pick them up. They're not worth a lot, I'm afraid. Like Dreamfoil is currently at 85 silver. It's not, super bad or anything, but it's not great by any means. No book again. Okay. And I am in fact going to pop Evo here. Might as well use it now. It will be ready for the last boss anyway, but it does save us a bit of time that we would otherwise have to spend drinking here in order to get ready for that satyr, which is usually either around there or in the tunnel. I am quickly going to check here. He's not here, so yeah. Yeah, he was, of course, in the tunnel, as you would expect. We did get lucky, and our Shatter talent gave us a crit there on Fireball. That's always nice. Oh, crap. And we're gonna have to check for another one here. Hopefully there is not a second one. It's not a big deal if there is, but it does waste another minute killing him, drinking afterwards, and that sort of stuff. So you're usually, if you're trying to squeeze as many rounds as you can in 1 hour, you hope that this is not going to happen. You hope there isn't you hope it's not one of the instances where you have to kill 4 satyrs, because that's just a pain in the ass, right? Not seeing one here right now. I will check, but no, there isn't one here, so we should come across one in the tunnel. And we'll have to see whether there's another one at the end of the tunnel on the right-hand side. Sometimes that happens. Okay, this is the one in the tunnel. Okay, we got lucky with the crits there, so this guy did not take a very long time to kill. We will have to check for a second one here on the right-hand side. There isn't one, but there is a ghost mushroom, and like I said, I am going to pick up the herbs that are kind of in the way and do not require anything special. Like, as long as they don't require me to kill another pack or sneak around for 2 minutes, then I will pick them up. The price on these, on ghost mushrooms that is, tends to vary wildly. Like one day they're 1.5 gold, the next day they're 60 silver or whatever. Right now they're supposed to be 62 silver. I don't know whether that's the regular price or whether some random guy just listed one for 62 silver hoping to bring the price down. That happens from time to time. People are hoping to sort of trick players into listing their herbs or mines or whatever for a much lower price than they would normally obtain. Like I said, I don't know whether that's the actual price. But yeah, I have seen prices going up and down for Dreamfoil, for Grom's Blood, for Ghost Mushrooms. It can be a bit confusing. I don't much care because right now I don't even aim for herbs. They're just too cheap. I'll take a break from talking here because I get interrupted by that Wikora sound. By that Wikora sound all the time. So because of that, I will just quietly do this. That was a lucky resist. Like I'm just gonna jump down and finish him with a wand or something because I cannot be bothered to waste so much time on this asshole. The downside is that I have had to use Ice Block there in order to avoid wasting 6 more seconds in that thing, in that sacrifice. It is kind of unfortunate. You don't want to have to do this sort of thing. You don't want to make that sort of compromise. You would ideally not waste sacrifice there, but you would not waste Ice Block there on that sacrifice, but it is what it is, so we'll just go with it. I just wanted to get out of it quickly. Like I said, the unfortunate side effect of doing that is that Ice Block is now on cooldown, and on the last boss we occasionally do want to have Ice Block because we may get caught by a Wither Enervate thing, and yeah, that's totally not what you want. I was both a bit unlucky and a bit greedy there. That's how I got hit by it. So, what can you do? We do, however, have evocation. So, if we do get hit by an Enervate, we're just going to pop evocation and rely on that to have enough mana to bring the boss down to 50% or whatever. Unfortunately, we've got the patrol in the way, wasting some of our time now. So we have to wait for him to walk away. With that insane aggro range, it's not a good idea to try to sneak past him until he's turned towards that side. So yeah, quick rebuff, quick drink, and here we go. That's lucky, a crit on Pyro. Not bad. That always helps. Oh fuck, I'm gonna get caught by Wither. Didn't notice that cast timer. But I'm just going to use the Ice Barrier to absorb most of that damage. He's switching to Satyr now. Yeah, he is. Unlucky. He's trying to do the Enervate thing, and he did do it. Somehow. So we're going to have to rely on our evocation to have enough mana to kill this guy. Well, not kill, but you know what I mean. Bring him down to 50. That's just super fucking unlucky and super fucking retarded at the same time. We should still have enough mana, but whatever. That's why you are better off saving your ice block there. I could just have done a cold snap and an ice block, but I don't want to waste cold snap right now. It's just not what I want to do. I'm waiting for the imps now, and they should be coming any... yeah, there they are. So I will now just ice block here. Wait for all of these guys to reach me, and of course Nova, and go straight for the reset spot. Okay, that was super annoying. I am actually going to have to burn the second ice block just to be able to reset. If that's not annoying, I don't know what the fuck is, but yeah. It's fine, we're not going to need those cooldowns very, very soon anyway. And as soon as you've made it here, as soon as you've managed to reset and pop the invisibility potion, you should be fine anyway. The imps came and left, so of course that means we can hit the slot machines and not have to worry about the imps and lashes coming our way just randomly. The first node was indeed reached. It took 4 hits, but it dropped nothing. We'll see whether we're luckier with the second one. It is a rare occurrence to get a gem, so, you know, I wouldn't get my hopes up here. And I don't think we've got a third one. I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, head straight back out and reset after creating the mana gem. This run took below 14 minutes, so not a bad one. It wasn't a good one in terms of RNG and whatnot, but it wasn't a bad run in terms of how long it took. And we're heading straight back in for our fourth and final run. Once again, we've got a dream foil there, so we are going to pick it up. And this time we do not have evocation, so we are going to have to sit down and drink before dealing with that satyr over there. Okay, 4 runs and not a book in sight. Interesting. But you know what's worse than that is getting a book and opening it only to find that gray nut peggle thing that doesn't even sell to vendors, so you have to manually destroy it. That's even more disappointing. And like I said, we do have to sit down and drink now, with Evo being on cooldown for the next 4 minutes. We don't really have much of a choice in here. I'm not seeing... yeah, there he is. He might just walk out of range. Oh no, it's that bug where he suddenly charges towards us after a few seconds. Yeah, that's stupid. See, right now I can't hit him with Fire Blast, but he's right next to me, which is why you're seeing me getting hit by melee attacks. He's going to teleport straight over as soon as I kill him. Yeah, like that. Small indie company, guys. But I suppose we should be grateful to them, because without their incompetence, this sort of thing would never have been possible. So, speaking of that, I couldn't possibly decide whether these bugs that allow us to solo farm stuff, whether you're talking about Zulfarak, whether you're talking about random pathing issues, I don't know whether they're a good thing or not. I couldn't possibly say. On one hand, you would say it's a good thing because, well, you know, it allows you to farm stuff that's sort of valuable with little to no effort involved, mostly in a brain AFK state. But on the other hand, if this sort of thing did not exist, then you wouldn't have to do this sort of stuff. Because it exists, it splits the general WoW population into 2 categories: the ones who know about it and who can do it. And by can do it, I mean they're playing the right class, they know how to do it, they've got the necessary skill, shall we say, to strafe left and right. And the ones who don't. And if you don't know how to do this, if you're unable to do it because maybe your class is kind of shit, then you're at an obvious disadvantage here, right? Because while people are able to farm stuff and make 50 gold an hour, 100 gold an hour, depending on luck, you're still stuck running around outdoors fighting over one lousy herb node or whatever. So I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. You tell me. I can't possibly say. Like, you know, of course I am sort of happy that I will make 49 gold of this thing. Possibly more if I get lucky this run. And of course I'm happy that I've already sold a couple of, well, actually I sold 5 since this morning, and I still had 2 listed when I started filming this thing. So, you know, I am making a bit of gold, but I have to wonder whether it's a good thing for this game, generally speaking, not just for myself, right? Overall, I lean towards, yeah, it is a good thing, but I'm not entirely sure. It sort of constantly makes you think, why didn't I roll a Warlock for this? Why didn't I roll a Hunter for DM North? Why didn't I roll whatever? So, yeah, I don't know. This is going to be a shit run. He attempted to start with a sacrifice first thing off. Lucky resist. That was just fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. It's that idiot. He's over there. We should be fine. I blocked it not to avoid damage, but to avoid allowing him to heal, because that thing heals it, and also to keep up my Scorch debuffs, because if you wait there long enough, they're going to drop off. Okay, so he is down. We did, however, use the ice block. So, as you could see last run, that could turn into a serious problem. Well, not too serious, but let's just say an annoying problem. Maybe that's a better term. We did get the most worthless Libram, I guess. But whatever. Okay. That's a bad time to go. Let's just wait. And we can go now. The other tree patrol was just reaching the pillar, so sit down, drink, wait for this guy to open the door, and yeah, there we go. Come on, dude, it's just a door. I should probably mention that when I started doing this stuff, I made a lot of mistakes, resulting in dying here. So if you're seeing this thing, if you're sort of new to this sort of stuff, and if you are occasionally failing and dying, just know that everyone else had to go through the same sort of thing. And if you don't see me dying during this hour here, it's not because I am some amazing player or anything. It's just because after a while you get used to this and you no longer make the same mistakes, right? Pyro, Fireball, Fire Blast. Unlucky, we did not get a single crit there. And he's coming this way. I'm trying to avoid the Wither. I managed to avoid it at the last second, I think. And I'm now trying to get the Scorch debuffs up. You do need, well, not need, you do want to have 5 Scorch debuffs. Oh crap, oh crap. Oh, we avoided the Wither somehow. Either resisted or managed to move out of range just in time. And we managed to LOS a third Wither. That's pretty nice. I was trying to get a Fire Blast out there as well, but I didn't manage to do it. He's once again switched to Satyr, which is very unlucky. But we're gonna switch him back now. Yeah. .4%. He should switch sort of soon. Okay, that's super unlucky. He managed to switch to Satyr. But it doesn't matter, the imps did finally decide to come out, so here we are, sitting in our ice block, getting ready to freeze them, and that's it. And of course, we made it to the reset spot. The boss has reset, he's on full HP now. So we're just sort of spamming the lesser invisibility potion so that the moment we drop combat, we become invisible. Yeah. We're waiting for the imps to come back into the cave and leave. Goodbye. And that's the final run for this hour. I don't think we're gonna get anything because we already got an arcane crystal. And having said that, well, we just got a second one. So this is better than expected already. We got 2 arcane crystals so far. We did get a star ruby just now, but that barely sells for vendor price really, so it's not even worth taking into account. But yeah, we did get 1 star ruby, 2 arcane crystals, and a bunch of assorted herbs, I suppose, which we're just going to send to one of our alts. I am quickly going to port to Thunderbluff. And auction these. This is what I tend to do outside of raids now. I used to spend most of my time in Alterac Valley grinding, to rank 11. But having reached that, and with rank 11 being the highest rank you can get right now, I no longer have to worry about it. So nowadays I just tend to spend my time in Dire Maul East. For now, I am spending my time there mining. When the price of herbs does finally change, I've still got, like I said, 1 blue sapphire on the auction house. When the price of herbs changes, when it goes higher, I may start herbing again, but in the meantime, I will settle for this sort of stuff. So even though I invested close to 2,000 gold in various things, again, you can see them in the gold making guides, I am now at 2,900 gold, well, 2,951 gold, and I've still got free gems on the auction house. So not too bad. It's a good gold maker. This thing, what's this? Libram. I don't care about it. If you prefer, you could always go with enchanting here and make an extra buck of drops. I honestly cannot be bothered with it anymore. Like, I don't really care about the enchanting mats. I'm okay with just getting the Thorium and the gems. These seem to be decent gold makers for me. They're not amazing or anything, but no matter how you look at it, at the end of this hour, I will still have made over 100 gold, right? So, not too bad. It definitely beats farming Zul'Farrak. Unfortunately, this will not happen every hour. You will not get to arcane crystals every single hour, but still, it was, I would say, decent. Well, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you in the next video.